Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to today's edition of Match Day Center, where we bringing you the match between FC Leopards on our trip away to Western STIMA. It's a holiday edition, and happy it will harder to our Muslim fans. That's why you can see the setting is different. We just enjoying the cool breeze. Apologies to our fans for having been away for some time, but we thank you that you've kept with the team and we're together on this one. So today's match is Western Steamer versus AFC Leopards. Definitely, the team will be looking to get back to winning ways after we lost to Tusker in the last match. We thought we could close this gap. And Dave, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm your host, Victor Milimu. I'm being joined by Gladys Midecha, who definitely, is usually the lady of the of FCTV. Hi, Gladys.
Hi,
Today's match,
happy
we
holidays.
happy happy holidays. We're looking forward to this match again. I know we have a revenge mission against Western Steamer. Um,
Mm,
I'm coming to you know where I am. I'm in the heart
yes.
of bullfighting this time round. I'm not in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So Gladys, going straight to the match. Maybe just a review of the last two or three matches which you've had. What do we have to look forward to in this match between Western Steamer and FC Leopards?
I think, Victor, remembering the last match that we had against Tusker, we do remember very well that we played very well. We just have to make sure that we utilize our chances in the final third. And in a match where officiating was very, very questionable, I think this is one game FC will not want to take, will not want to look at the referee. They just want to play their match and ensure that they get the 3 points. We have to keep in mind that Western Steamer is actually one of the teams that gives us an Achilles heel. So this is going to be a very tough match for us. They are battling relegation, so it's going to be very, very tight, Victor.
Yeah, very tight indeed. In the last match against Western Steamer, we lost at home 2-0 in extra time, in added time, goals that were very painful to the side after we had most of the possession. And as we look on to the match today, we are being joined by Keegan, who is on location,
Yes,
just bringing us some
yes,
action there. So Keegan, as Keegan brings us action from the ground, Gladys 2-0 in the first
yes.
match. And in the last match against Tusker with a makeshift, where we can think our strongest team was not there because of the Sekafa participation, we have almost 4 or 5 players who are out of the team. A positive to the club.
I think it's time for other players to step up and try and make their mark because the younger, what we call our first 11 or so called our first 18 is not there. But if you're part of a team, you're actually part of a team, and that means you're good enough to start. We should not feel any absence right now. But with the kind of fixtures that we have, and we know we have a deadline to beat to make sure that we actually finish at a better position, it's up to the other players to now step up. It's good to see Olilo back in the starting 11, so it's quite encouraging.
Yeah, just as you speak of the starting 11, let's look at our starting 11 for this match. Big
Yes,
changes. Oyemba comes back
yes,
in goal. The defense
yes.
stays same, where we have Munene, Mudenyu, Shivachi, and Kipiegon, the captain. In the midfield, Mukangula is given the role to anchor the midfield, and he'll be joined by Thiongo, Olilo, and Muhehe to control that. And up front, we have Shaka and uh, and Rupia once again. So, as the coach, what is the kind of formation you think Coach Osems is using here?
I'm thinking this is just a flat 4-4-2 if you ask me, because now we see Shaka and Rupia playing it at the front. The man who's going to be having a lot of work is going to be Eugene Mukangula, because I think as it is right now, he's actually taking on the midfield role, playing that crucial six. If you ask me, it's good to see Thiongo in the starting lineup, having good form. The last two games have been massive for him. So I'm going for a 4-4-2, Victor.
4-4-2. Shaka
Yes.
Rupia combination in the because you look at the energy on the wings, Mwendo is off in this match. And if we look at our substitutes, we have Owade, Mainge, Omar, Mwendwa, Hansel, and Sunguti. Um, what is going through the coach's mind with that kind of bench that you have there?
I think if you ask me, this is one game where you see it. I look at Mwendwa and Hansel. These are two people who can actually come in and change the game at the wing of play. We are trying to probably look at how fast our wings can go, try and catch them on the counter attack, make sure that we are giving enough support to the front too, because right now we know our midfield is not exactly at its best, so we want to try and take off the pressure from that midfield and hopefully put it on the flanks.
So putting it on the flank, so we have it means that our trump card is a Mwendwa and Hansel coming
Yes,
off the bench. But
yes,
we saw Sunguti in the Go TV in the Betway Cup match against Equity coming
yes.
on and giving a good account of himself. Then, if we're looking at central defense options, it means we have to keep our current starting team stable because on the bench we probably don't have that strength. But Omar gets his second match on the bench. Could this be the match now when he comes on, probably in a different role?
I I think this will be the match that will probably, just give him some light. I mean, we saw the likes of Brian getting some light in the game against Kariobangi Sharks. If all goes well and we are able to score our goals in the first half, probably we can see the likes of Omar being brought in and we can see a little bit of skill being implemented with him. He's a young player, he has the time. This would be a perfect match for him to stamp his authority and show one good reason why he's been in the starting 18 in the last two games.
Yeah, the atmosphere is poised there. I don't know if Keegan can hear us and probably join us, but one thing we can be sure is that our last form again with the last time we beat Western Steamer was in 2019. It was a 2-1 result. Steamer have been sort of one of those bogey teams to us in quite a long time. This kind of match, we are 11 points off the leaders Tasker. We are only 5 points behind second place KCB. What could be now our main target at this point? Because a win today means we're in the race. A loss takes us out of the race completely. Is that so? Yeah, Gladys, as we
I
just
think
recap,
yes,
yes.
yes. Sorry about that. I think a win is the only thing that FC Leopards should be going for today. Try and get all 3 points, take some pressure off ourselves because Kariobangi Sharks have actually had a good run. They are right behind us, just a point behind us. It will be good for us to cement our place and probably put some pressure on KCB because this is the perfect match to do it. We've had a difficult match against Tusker last week. This would be the perfect match to seal that gap between us and KCB. 11 points is not so many. I know a lot of people don't have hope. I still have hope. But if we can bridge that gap between us and KCB before looking at Tusker, it will probably be the easier route to take. So for me, in my opinion, 3 points is the only thing that we need to take today.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive energy on the timelines, and I can see Pauline Nice joining us. You know, most people don't know Nice. Nice is the first lady, I think, who's gone to both the continental championships for both for hockey and football, really giving support to the lads. Um, Gladys, this match,
Yes.
um, what happens to this match if we don't win it? Do we close the season as we wait for Keegan to join us shortly?
I think it'll be unfair to just say we're closing off the season. It is our work to make sure that we finish on the best possible way we can, because how we finish will determine a lot how we start next season, in my opinion. Let's not look at it as the season being over for us, but let's look at it as the season starting for us, because these are the players that we have right now until further communication. It would be good for them to finish on a high so it can also encourage them, as the season comes to an end and as we begin the new season, Victor.
A youthful team. Keegan has hopefully gone, but Keegan, you can speak to us and tell us the atmosphere on the ground.
Uh, the only thing I can comment about is the weather. It's cloudy. I think it's gonna rain after like 30 minutes. Hello, are you getting me?
Yes, we
Hello,
are.
are you getting me? So I think it will rain.
Yes, we
It will be
are.
it will play a better time of the match in the rains because it seems
Yes,
it will
Keegan.
rain very cloudy. So the players are upbeat about the match.
Keegan was giving
The
us an update of the weather and the conditions there. For the fans, just know that this match is going to be live on Star Times, BTV, beginning at 3:15. So, Gladys, predictions on your end at this juncture.
I think the one thing we need to realize about Western STIMA is even in their last three matches, they've been able to score a goal. But I think this is one game that is going to be very, very tight. I give it 2-1 to FC Leopards.
Very tight indeed. For the fans, we want to thank you again, and we just want to ask you to join us, support the team. Keegan, we lost you there. You were giving us an update on the mood in the camp and the conditions.
the players are upbeat about the match. They have promised us they're going to win. They won't lose the match twice against the same opponent. So we are looking forward for a win today. They are almost getting to the field. We have seen changes in the team. Wayamba is back.
Yes.
We lost Wanyama last Friday due to injury, but I think he'll be back after a month, after a week. So we are looking forward to a win. So the match is almost kicking off. The players are walking to the pitch at the moment. So I think I'll say bye to you guys. We'll do the minute by minute updates on our social media pages. Then we'll see you at halftime or full time score.
Okay, thank you very much. As Keegan says, the match is going to be live on BTV Star Times. At the same time, follow the updates on the pages, our social media pages, as we move towards the match, and maybe bid goodbye to Keegan so that he can prepare for the matches. Uh, Gladys, one thing about
Yes.
this match, do you think it's a grudge match? Is it time
Not a
we have
grudge
some sort
match.
of grudge?
Not a grudge match per se. Sometimes every team always has a team that just gives them a hard problem. And for FC Leopards, unfortunately, it's Western STIMA. They have always been giving us a problem from time immemorial. I think this is one game where we need these points, and this is the one game where we can take the points and absolutely stamp our authority. I mean, yes, they've been giving us problems here and there, but it's now time to take the mantle back. It's now time to be FC Leopards. It's now time to show Western STIMA why we are third at the log, and show that we're not there by luck. So it's going to be extremely important for us to stamp our authority in this match and just probably give them a little bit of a hard time to fight for their place, but not with us.
Looking at Western STIMA, we can say that they only have had two wins in almost the last 10 games.
Yes.
And their last big win came against our rivals Gor Mahia. While we've just had an indifferent form in the last five or so matches, with perhaps only two wins. I think this side needs a win to get us back into chasing so that even if the season goes out of hand, we need to claim some respectable finish. And if we can't close to the title, but we just have to keep fighting to the last drop. Nope,
It
no,
is
we don't
very
have our
important
engine
for
in
us.
the midfield engine. And
Yes.
yes,
It's going to be very
we,
important
we've
for us
lo-
to finish at our best, as I told you, Victor. So it's going to be
yes.
very important to ensure that we win this game. How we play the first half is going to tell a lot about how we're going to finish off this match, and it's the resilience that we're going to be looking out for. We need our concentration at maximum. We need them to put their best foot forward, Victor.
Great. There's a lot of fans who are asking where do we watch the match. I'll probably just demonstrate. The Star Times app is here. You load it. You go to sports. We are a big team. We've had nearly all our matches live, unlike the other teams, because we are the biggest brand in the country. So this is your time to enjoy. You don't have to complain. Leopards matches have been basically live on all platforms. Once you load your StarTimes app, it's best we update you. Then you can go to the StarTimes app. You'll find BTV. There is analysis ongoing now. Tune in, and in the next 5 minutes you'll be live. Otherwise, from us here at Matchday Center, we want to thank you for having joined us. So Gladys, first half for you, and maybe full time
I think first half for me it's going to be very cagey, 1-0
to Leopards or to
to Leopards. To Leopards.
okay,
1-0 to
Gladys says
Leopards.
1-0 to Leopards in the first half, and a win at the end of the match. For me, definitely, you know what I root for. I always root for a win, and I thank you for joining us. Let's meet at the end of the match on this match day center. That's from me, Victor Milimo, and Gladys Midecha. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Match Day Center as we build up to our match against Western Steamer.